The WHAS11 night team is all new right now after Monday Night Football. Saving young lives. The reality of gun violence in Louisville leads to this gun safety and training class tonight.
Used to be times where we would fight and live to talk about tomorrow. That's not happening today.
Why teenagers were part of tonight's instruction on how to safely handle a gun. Plus, the end of the road comes in a McDonald's restaurant.
Officers immediately recognized him as a suspect in the New York City shooting.
New since 6, the suspected United Healthcare CEO killer now has several new charges against him. Plus, the night team is in Brandenburg tonight.
It's unfortunate that this is happening, that this is even a thing.
Hitting restaurants with a new tax to raise money for the city. It's controversial and was set for a vote tonight. Right now on the WHAS 11 night team.
It feels good to get a guy like that off the street, especially starting my career this way. It feels great.
New tonight, the rookie police officer who made the arrest in America's ongoing manhunt for the United Healthcare CEO killer, Officer Tyler Fry there, walked into the Pennsylvania McDonald's and knew it was him. It's our top story on the WHAS 11 night team. Thank you very much for staying up a little late with us after Monday Night Football. I'm Doug Proffitt. There was a brand new police briefing at about 7 o'clock tonight with a lot of new information about the killing of the United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. New in the last 30 minutes, the New York Police Department did file first-degree murder charges against 26-year-old Luigi Mangione, a native of Maryland. The news conference was in Pennsylvania, where he was caught inside a McDonald's. ABC's Zoreen Shaw reports the Pennsylvania governor also addressed how some have been celebrating this killing.
A suspect is in custody for the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, a McDonald's employee in Altoona, Pennsylvania, 300 miles from the shooting, identifying 26-year-old Luigi Mangione as acting suspiciously and matching him to images the NYPD circulated of the shooter.
When officers arrived, they made contact with the male who had a face mask on. That male was asked to remove his face mask, and officers immediately recognized him as a suspect in the New York City shooting.
NYPD racing to Pennsylvania. Police finding Mangione at that McDonald's with a ghost gun, possibly made with a 3D printer, without a license, and consistent with the one used in Thompson's murder in Midtown Manhattan, along with a fake New Jersey driver's license. Authorities say that license is the same one the suspect used to check into a hostel in Manhattan before the fatal shooting. They say they also uncovered a handwritten note with his motivation and mindset surrounding the shooting. Mangione was arrested on a weapons charge. Mangione is originally from Maryland, where he was a valedictorian at his private boys' school, seen here giving this graduation speech, and graduated UPenn with a master's in engineering. A year ago, he reviewed Unabomber Ted Kaczynski's infamous speech, writing he was a violent individual, rightfully imprisoned, who maimed innocent people, yet calling him an extreme political revolutionary. As an investigation continues to unfold, Pennsylvania's Governor Josh Shapiro this afternoon addressing how some have celebrated the killing.
In some dark corners, this killer is being hailed as a hero. Hear me on this. He is no hero.
Mangione has been charged with 5 crimes non-related to the death of Brian Thompson. Zoreen Shaw, ABC News, Los Angeles.
The Mangione family releasing a statement tonight saying they're devastated. Quote, unfortunately, we cannot comment on news reports regarding Luigi Mangione. We only hope that we only know what we have read in the media. Our family is shocked and devastated by Luigi's arrest. We offer our prayers to the family of Brian Thompson, and we ask people to pray for all involved.
The amount of times that I hear gunshots going off multiple times, and I don't know whether it's an accident or on purpose.
A teenager living in fear tonight talking about the gun use they hear in the Shawnee neighborhood and their backyards. Right here, news since 6 o'clock, a gun safety training session was held tonight at a Shawnee nonprofit with a goal to combat violence in our community. WHAS 11 night team's Clarice Shaley heard from those at the training.
Handle it like it's real.
Gun safety training.
It's always loaded. and you always handle it like it's loaded.
In the Shawnee neighborhood,
There's a lot of gun violence going on. Some of it is negligent. People are doing dumb stuff with equipment because nobody taught them.
in Kentucky, you must be 21 to legally own a gun. But in reality, police say guns are in the hands of much younger. Fake guns were the centerpiece here to the teens involved in the nonprofit organization Sacred Earth Community Garden.
And we have to give them a safe space to be able to come, give them something that they can do to take their minds off of the streets.
Learning about gun storage and awareness where it's a constant concern.
I think it's a legitimate problem within our neighborhood because the amount of times that I hear gunshots going off multiple times and I don't know whether it's an accident or on purpose.
There were 2 reported shootings about 25 minutes apart from each other Sunday. One was close in between Shawnee and Russell neighborhoods.
Used to be times where we would fight and live to talk about tomorrow. That's not happening today.
Held in a building where the organization's mission is to combat violence in the community, Sacred Earth Community Garden hopes this gun training will do just that.
If anyone that I see playing around with a gun, I would probably tell them about it and stuff too.
Tell them the right way to carry it and everything so that they don't actually hurt themselves or someone else.
I think it was a very pivotal message for what he gave today, and I was really excited that we had as many youth here to take it and absorb it.
Is this enough to stop gun violence?
If people plan to hurt you, they plan to hurt you.
What could possibly impact it by gunfire if you were shooting at me?
Education
You feel like they should be held accountable if it was an accident?
is a start.
That's what's up.
In the Shawnee neighborhood, Clarice Shaley, WHAS11 Night Team on your side.
Now, according to the latest information posted on the Metro Gun Violence Dashboard, there have been 25 shootings that wounded people in the Shawnee neighborhood. A teenager, a 5th suspect now, is now in custody in the Harvest Homecoming shooting that happened on October 12th in New Albany. It also killed an 18-year-old, an innocent bystander from Corridon. New Albany police charged 18-year-old Demarius Gardner Person with murder. A probable cause affidavit says the Louisville resident admitted to being involved in the Harvest Homecoming case. Joshua Smith, Darius Tuff, Shermichael Smith, and Isaiah Page were arrested in November, and they're facing either murder or attempted murder charges. Smith and Page were in court just this afternoon. Smith's return is set for January 6, while Page is expected before a judge again on December 26. We're told the investigation in New Albany remains open. Today, the trial for a Jeffersonville, Indiana daycare worker began. Brittany Baylor is accused of neglecting a child, leading to their death. The 35-year-old was charged with the death of an infant who died from a head injury in 2022. While she was in jail on those charges, Indiana State Police charged her with another account of child abuse. This time, a different infant was sent home from her care with a broken leg. Jury selection started in her trial today in Clark County. We are getting you ready for your Tuesday on this December week, which is going to take us back into the deep freeze. But first, Chief Meteorologist Ben Pine here with me on the night team, looking at some rain. What do you say, Ben, in the morning hours?
Yeah, a little bit of light rain drizzle around the area as we wake up and get out the door tomorrow morning, so the roads might be a little bit damp. It'll stay fairly mild over the next 24 hours. We'll get another shot of some cold air moving in tomorrow night, though. There you see some of that very light rainfall out to our west right now. Another cloudy day for tomorrow, and after that morning rain, we'll see drier conditions in the afternoon. Our low temperatures tonight in the mid to upper 40s, well above normal. Normal low temperatures near freezing for this time of the year, and our high temperatures tomorrow will be in the lower 50s, still a little bit above normal for this time of the year. Now, with that colder air midweek, we are tracking some snow. We'll be timing it out, showing you what impacts we can expect coming up.
All right, look for that in a few minutes. Thank you, Ben. A Kentucky town an hour south of Louisville is officially tonight no more. Bonneville, Kentucky's City Hall and the roads are now under Hart County's official watch after voters chose to dissolve their own local government. The former mayor of Bonneville, Marie Whitlow, handed the keys over to the county judge executive, Joe Choate, today. Residents who voted to dissolve Bonneville said they weren't seeing any changes being made with the taxes they were currently paying. But now the former mayor says it's not over.
The city will be back one of these days. We're going to let them stay in the darkness for a while because all the lights are out unless someone's paying for their own light pole.
The documents from City Hall are being preserved just in case the city does ever want to reincorporate. A petition to consider the Urban Government Center in the Highlands, an historic Louisville landmark, has been denied. The city's historic preservation officer sent an email to the Historical Society saying their petition was not filed in time. According to the city, they had a 30-day hold to review the zoning change, but that was back in 2023. The Neighborhood Planning and Preservation and the Louisville Historical League disagree with that assessment. In a letter to the city, they claim there was never an historic review process for the center. On the city's website, they posted meetings from the rezoning meetings in April of 2023 and the special meetings leading up to the approval. Thousands of Louisville area homes were built before using lead paint before it was banned in 1978. Now local landlords renting those old homes must test for lead, and this is a new development. It's a requirement that the Louisville Metro Council passed in 2022, but the portal for submitting lead inspections just now opened. Each yellow dot on one map provided by the health department we reviewed showed those rental units. The results will go online for the public to review. You see that map here. But after a week of the portal being open, no landlords have submitted any inspections.
Some of this work will take longer than other work depending on the amount of lead found in a property, whether it's a house covered in external lead that needs to be encased with some siding, or whether it's a house with just some old windows that need to be replaced.
Now, the deadline is next November 2025, for any home built before 1940. Newer homes have more time. The ultimate deadline will end in November of 2027.